This is the grid that the Bombers call home.
You're throwing the tee in the ground. If your hand's not shaking, there's something wrong.
I'm in my element. It's evident that there's levels to the game. I'm in my element. Flow is like water. I'm forced to a fire. I'm feeling like gold. Gotta stay grounded, stay down to earth. Following God and you grinding, you do as you told. I don't work to make you like me, but I'm front and center. Word to Spike Lee. I'm in my element. Yeah. I'm in my element. Yeah. I'm in my element. I'm in my element. Yeah. I'm in my element. Yeah. I'm in my element.
And we're back at the 2023 Hobe Sound Tournament. We have the ladies here. We've got a really great lineup with Phyllis Meddy, 4-time champ, Sandra Karlborg, 6-time World Long Drive champion, and a host of other ladies that have won on a lot of different tours, including this one.
At Devin Casaza, who we'll see in slot number 1. She ended up winning in Denver last year. Kelly Rudney won on this grid against Gabby Powell. Phyllis Meddy's got 4 million wins over anywhere she goes, she wins.
She's gonna win.
Same with Sandra. So we had Sandra in the booth yesterday. Earlier today was crazy. 525 points got in the men's division, top 16. I've never seen that before. There was 2 guys that had 500 points and got bounced. So I'm curious to see in this round of 16 what that number is. But in and around 450 seems to be the point total. Premium on wins, 200 points for first, 100 points for second. Third place takes 50, fourth place takes 25 points. OB sets are 0. Probably not going to be seeing golf balls going over 350 yards. I know in Mesquite, golf balls are going in and around 350, 360. The conditions aren't going to bring that out today. You're going to probably see really, really good drives between 310, maybe up to 325. But
it's all carry out here.
It is.
We've got the wind that's starting to pick up just a little bit. But what I'm excited to see is we have a lot of newcomers, Samina being one. Oh, well, she played a good bit last year as well.
Sandra Karlborg, right out of the gates at 173 ball speed. She had taken some time off. She had 2 beautiful daughters. And
who were watching back home.
Came back in Mesquite and finished second, runner-up to Monica Living, who we will see later on in this bracket.
And, you know, we talked a lot with the guys. A lot of them come from a baseball background. Devin herself played softball as a catcher at UConn. And so you see her power really transferring here.
Really, really fast hands, too. Devin's done really well the past 2 years, a product of the PLDA. And Sandra has been competing.
Sandra creeping up to 300 at 295. That's a big number.
That is a big number right now. So she's going to hit a little bit of a draw into a cut win. This is an east to west grid. Win right now is south to north. So a little cut may help out, but Sandra right now is back in action. And
the Pink Puma.
Yeah, what was funny is I saw her first couple sets in Mesquite, and I'm like, man, I think she'd be like 172 to 174 ball speed, and she was like 156, 157, 158. I'm like, what is wrong with her? And she just said she was so nervous that she had a hard time hitting the center of the club face, and then all of a sudden, bang, 174 comes out. I'm like,
there she is.
There she is.
It's crazy to think that a 6-time champion, world champion, still gets nervous on the tee. But, you know, she's in this position now where having 2 little girls, they get to see her mom be a champion for the first time. And so I think that's what she gets to play for now.
And Sandra with just a great start here, 295 yards. She has 2 balls at 295, 290, and 280. Devin Casaza at 269. Samina Sachs doesn't have a number as of right now, and I'm not sure if World Long Drive is going to make the change to the minimum yardage. Normally there's a minimum yardage, but right now these conditions are tough. It's very, very humid out, and the wind is slightly going to be in their face, and there is absolutely 0 rollout right now. Really, truly, the only rollout is past 350, and the open division guys had some difficulties later on in the set once the wind shifted to get to that number. So,
yeah. One thing that you can't see here is that on the grid, it's slightly uphill, so these girls are also just kind of hitting it straight into the ground.
But this is a beautiful complex. We're here in Hobe Sound, Florida, and you hear the cheers from the crowd. Hometown favorite, you know, Gabby
hero
Powell.
Right here.
Hometown hero favorite. Gabby Powell finished runner-up twice in her rookie debut last year and runner-up here in Hobe Sound. But Pow Pow is hitting, but we got Monica Living, a superstar in the sport, who just came on board here from Denver last
just coming
year.
off a win.
Yeah, won, and her and Phyllis were the fastest as well. 183 mile per hour ball speed was their top end speeds, and you know, Monica is a beast, one of the favorites to win today. Her and I mean Phyllis Meddy, you can't not
Always.
pick Phyllis. You know, like Phyllis is so good. But Monica Living, Gabby Powell, Sarah Graham, and Cassandra Meyer.
And Monica already showing her speed off right here. Excited to see Sarah hit as well. She's actually a scuba diver, which is really cool. So you'll see some shark tattoos there on her arm.
I like it. So Pow Pow with the ball in the middle at 275. Just going to try to get that ball flight up just a little bit. 166 ball speed. Monica Living 169. Take a peek at these speed numbers. Cassandra Meyer did finish runner-up to Phyllis Meddy in Atlantic City in 2019, some that you competed against as well. So Cassandra Meyer, product of World Long Drive.
Yeah, one of the good things that she does really well is hitting the ball in the grid, and I think that second place finish that she had was the tightest grid that we'll see probably ever in World Long Drive history. And so as she just pipes one down the middle.
Higher ball flight here from Cassandra Meyer, 162 ball speed. We were looking in the men's division, the launch of 13-14 being the number. Spun it just maybe just a little bit, Cassandra did, but she's at 276. Monica Living at 289. Gabby Powell at 279. These girls have hit it 360, 370 in competition, but we are in South Florida. It is humid. We're at sea level, and these are about the toughest conditions to hit a golf ball far right now. So any drives around in and around 300 are monster drives.
And I think Monica might have just gotten one. Yep, 293. She hit an absolute bomb there. She's having great ball flight, getting it really high up in the air. Make sure she gets all carry here.
181.8 on the ball speed. 125 club speed. She is really, really fast. And look at the carry. Thanks again to Flight Scope for giving us some guesstimates as well on total yardage or carry, giving us kind of an idea of where these might land. This one landed OB for Monica Living on her fifth ball, but it guesstimated it a little over 300 yards.
Monica's journey to World Long Drive is really neat because she was discovered by our amateur winner.
Pow Pow, 302. Gabby Powell, the hometown favorite, with a 302-yard drive. And then Gabby can hit the ball really high, and she does hit a little bit of a cut, so that you know, you got to ride out that wind a little bit, which it is. It almost looks like it's slightly into our face and left to right. So Gabby Powell currently looks like she's at 302. Monica Living is at 293. Cassandra Meyer at 278. Sarah Graham at 245.
We've got Phyllis Meddy coming up, which is one to really keep your eye out on. Her swing is so smooth.
Yep. What I want to see with Phyllis right away, just like the fastest guys on the planet, just get a ball out and play right away. Put a number on the board. And when Phyllis does that, she is the master of building on sets, always.
Another fun one to look at is Janine. She actually is a softball player. She comes back from a softball background, still plays every once in a while, but this is her first time out here, and so I'm excited to see what she's going to do out here on the grid.
Yeah, we'll key in on Phyllis Meddy. 4 World Championships in her resume.
Watch
Took
her
10 years off.
her pre-shot right here. She's always gets into a nice little zen. Normally you'll see like Sandra kind of do a little jump, get that heart rate up. Phyllis is always kind of calming a little bit down.
Phyllis Meddy with the longest drive in the history of the women's division, 414 yards in Auction in 2019. And her flight normally is a little right to left, Phyllis Meddy. We have Savannah Meyer-Clement in slot number 2. We got Avery Dovsek,
who just piped one down the
hometown hero as well.
Yeah,
you
just
know,
piped
Hobe
one
Sound.
down the middle right there. And that's the play. You want to get one in the grid.
Yeah.
That way you can just unleash after that.
Avery works a lot here with Gabby and also, you know, hits with Kyle as well. So Avery
Avery does it all.
Yeah, she announces. I mean, she's comedic too. She's really fun.
Yeah.
Great personality, good golfer, and it's nice to see her on the grid as well. Representing Martin County, which we are in Hobe Sound, Florida. Once again, Anthony Livingston hosting this event on the polo fields. This is a beautiful facility. They have done a very, very efficient job, if that's the word. Everything has been efficient, and not only that.
Efficient and phenomenal.
Yeah.
Janine Mimic just putting up a 293.
I like it. I like it.
I was really excited to see her because, like I said, she is an ultimate competitor.
And that's no joke right there. 174-mile-per-hour ball speed, and she just hit a ball that she pulled right down that left side. And you can see she's back-legging it. She's a ball player. Ball player right there. I may or may not do that same thing. I can't get it out of my swing. I love it. I love it. So Phyllis Meddy takes the lead at 302. Janine Minnick at 293. And that ball that went 275, Janine just far right slot, cutting across the middle of the grid, fighting a crosswind. So that's one of the reasons why that ball went 275. She's going to have to straighten that thing out. But really like the back leg there.
And Savannah, she's new to the sport. This is not her first event, but it's fun to watch her get out here and just really put some good numbers up as she's learning this sport. She gets to travel around here with her boyfriend, who also competed in the open division. Another Canadian. Lots of Canadians in the women's group.
And when I hear Canada, I just get jealous. We don't have Tim Hortons down here.
No.
That's my one plug that I'm not supposed to plug, but I'm not plugging them.
You plug it every time. Hopefully at the end of the season you'll have a sponsorship. But
we've
sick. Got Phyllis Meddy at 302 taking the lead here. Janine Minnick, our first-time hitter on the grid, coming out at 293. Avery Dodsek at 275. And Savannah Myers-Clement, 265. That's a great job for her as well. Coming up next, we have our reigning champion from Hobe Sound.
Kelly Rudney, Mary Driscoll, Anna Drejos. Katanga Chama. That might be the best name in the tournament. Or like yesterday. Oh, I'm blanking right now. It was Tubbs.
Great name.
Don't know his last name, but we got to go back.
Yeah.
He had a nice swing too. He was like 131, 132, and then 196 to 198. Great.
He did an excellent job.
There's been some interesting names, like new names, especially in the amateur division. I loved it. Tubbs was a good one.
I'm excited to see Mary Driscoll here. She's always one that's at the top of the leaderboard.
Oh yeah,
all the way from
of the
Arizona.
Sport. Yep, and someone that you definitely want to know if you ever go out to Arizona and Scottsdale, Top Golf.
Her personality is one of the best out here. She's so fun, so funny. Actually, one of her drivers has a name like Whittley or something like that because that's how she says her club moves. So,
Kelly Rudney, ball in play right now. Look at the club speed, 116. And what Mary Driscoll is doing is very similar to what Seb Twiddell does, where she kind of bounces the shaft, like takes it out, and then, just take a peek here in slot number 2, Mary Driscoll.
Yeah, she's kind of coming from that golf background, so that's why you see her setting up at the top like that.
Anna Drejos with a big number right here, 168.7 mile-per-hour ball speed.
She's a newcomer as well. Another softball player.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of baseball players, softball players have done very well in the sport of long drive over the years.
She and Sarah tend to travel together, and so when asking Sarah who she thinks the person to beat is, she's like, I'm just trying to beat Anna.
That's funny.
Or Anna.
I'm liking her ball speed numbers right now, 167. I saw Monica Living in the 180s, and obviously Phyllis Meddy can sit in the 180s pretty easily. But right now, Kelly Rudney's at 270, Anna Drejos is at 274.
Mary trying to put one in the grid. You see,
There you go. That's a good ball from Mary Driscoll. That's a really good ball from Mary Driscoll. This thing is on a string.
170 ball speed.
Look at that. Not even a yard of curve. That was dead straight. Mary Driscoll. I'm going to say that one's going to take the lead. If I had to guess, that was a good ball from her. No movement whatsoever. 297 Mary Driscoll. She takes the lead. So Gabby Powell so far and Phyllis Meddy have hit the 300 benchmark, which is a monster drive right now, based on these conditions.
Do you know what the longest, or what the average drive is for the LPGA? It's gone up about 10 yards over the last 2 years.
The average total roll?
Total.
Oh, man, 242.5.
It's close, 250. But these
I
girls
should have just said 290, right?
These girls are
I
carrying
couldn't
it
win
way
there.
beyond that. And so that's the end to the first round. We will see you guys next after this commercial for round 2.
Looking to compete on the World Long Drive Tour for the largest prize purses in World Long Drive history? Pro and amateur members can compete in their respective divisions all summer long as World Long Drive kicks off their 2023 tour. Visit worldlongdrive.com to become a member and view all the registration dates for upcoming tour events.
And we're back here at the women's division. We are trying to see who will be in the final 8, going down to final 4, all the way to crowning a champion here soon. Phyllis Meddy, Gabby Powell, Mary Driscoll in the lead at 200 points. We're about to start round 2.
My takeaway from the first set was Sandra Karlberg. She's not nervous. Every ball was anywhere between 172 to 174 ball speed, and I know that she has more gas in the tank. So I like seeing that from her. And she had time to make adjustments as well. All these athletes, when you're the best in the world, you're going to make adjustments. And we talked about the golf ball, the Bridgestone E9. It's going to take these athletes some time to get used to a different golf ball. And Sandra Karlberg's got a facility at her house, so that helps.
She
can work, and you know, I said she's got an incredible work ethic, and we've had the honor and privilege to talk to her this week and sit in the booth. And Sandra is not only a great champion along with Phyllis Meddy, but they are amazing human beings, great people. They always have a smile on their face, and yeah, they just brighten up the room wherever they are.
They're very inspiring. It's a great story, as Mary Driscoll was saying, you know, how she got into the sport was she used to have a picture of Sandra Karlberg on her phone.
Yep.
For a couple of weeks, and then she got to meet her, and so I said, well, one of these days someone's going to have a picture of you on their phone, and you'll be their inspiration.
We got Monica Living here, the Mesquite champ, in slot number 2, putting up 170 ball speed, so plenty fast enough. She just needs to focus on hitting some balls in play. Samina Sachs here in slot number 4 is at 255. Savannah Meyer-Clement at 268.
Samina coming from a golf background as well. She played college golf with her sister, who hopefully we'll see out here today as well. Monica Living putting up some big ball speed. I know we saw 180 today, but she's consistently in 175.
Yeah. Maybe moving a little quick here. If I was her, I'd just maybe slow it down just a little bit. This one's right down the middle at 180 mile per hour.
Yeah, I think she found the rhythm of that swing.
Yep. Yeah, just slow it down just a tad. You know, they're moving pretty quick here. But that one is laser straight, 4-yard cut. So a little left to right into a cut one. That's going to be a big number.
311.
And there is your longest drive of the tournament so far in the women's division at 311 yards. To be expected, no movement whatsoever on that golf ball. And it was a good profile, too. So Monica Living looks like she's going to take down this set. Savannah Meyer-Clement progressively getting better as the round went on with a 268, 270, and a 275 ball. Samina Sachs is at 265. But Monica Living safely in the lead at 311 yards with the longest drive by 8 yards so far.
Savannah putting up a good number, 275.
Great set for Savannah Meyer-Clement. That will potentially put her in second, but we're still waiting on Samina Sachs' 5th ball, and it is confirmed that went OB. Monica Living is now improved to 312. If you're tuning in right now, we're in Hobe Sound. 16 ladies have entered battle today here on this beautiful Sunday in South Florida. We have a southwest wind right now, so the ladies are slightly hitting into a headwind. It is humid. The ground is, it's a carry grid. It's a ball speed contest.
It is.
And it's not so much as a ball speed contest when we were getting that east wind with the open division players and even the amateurs and seniors. But right now, this is a ball speed contest where you got to keep your dispersion really tight, work on your launch and spin
Little
rates.
shot shape.
And I think this is, you know, if I'm competing right now and I'm in the open division, they probably wanted to come and just keep hitting. They're going to get a little bit of a reset and take a peek at what they need to do coming in if the conditions stay the same in the final 8. So I think this is going to benefit a lot of those guys, and you know, where they can see their numbers and what adjustments they're going to make. We watched Justin James hit a nice tight draw in his first set, goes OB trying to hit a cut when it goes right because he's trying to ride the wind, goes back to his draw and then puts up a monster number.
He definitely figured it out because he was very consistent at the end. But Phyllis Meddy putting up 2 ball speeds at 176 and 177, out the gate at 304.
Yep. Phyllis Meddy looking
Silky
good.
smooth swing. She really knows how to get her hands high to create more width. And obviously she's really fast, and so I feel like she is increasing in speed as she gets older.
And Phyllis can hit it high, too. I mean, look at her launch. It's an 18-degree launch. She might have hit it high in the face, but just based off of numbers alone, you know, 174 with that swing speed, she could probably get in and around like 185 with those numbers. You know, like that's, you know, just off that number, a center punch ball is right around 184, 185. So a little bit of a miss hit. But it's going to be, it's a strong number. And you can see 296. So just slightly, this one's slightly lower. This is a lower launch, 135 feet in the air. I like this number a lot better, but that is close to, it's a 29-yard draw. So a little bit of movement against the crosswind, 295. So the ball definitely tells you a story. Thanks again to FlightScope for giving us this data. It's making our lives a lot easier here in the booth.
And the players.
Yeah.
You're able to buy this. It's one of the most affordable ones that you can get. And so if you want to get out here and hit and see how you compete, make sure you grab a FlightScope. Gabby Powell moving up in speed here almost on every ball that she's hitting.
So right now, if you're looking at Anna Dreos, she's at 280 yards. You can tell right now, just based off of like these ball speed numbers, that she's trying to lift. That last was a 24 launch. So she, like I said, this is her first time, you know, being in the grid, but she is ultra fast, really, really fast. You know, so trying to get that ball down just a little bit. It's the first time I've seen Apex 365 feet in the air. That's higher than anybody in the history of life. Might have been a slight mystery, but Phyllis Meddy just cruising along. And we said it earlier. I think a center punch golf ball with these speeds that Phyllis can produce and Monica Living, 320, oof, that is huge. That is such a big, big number.
And you're seeing she's conserving a lot of her energy.
Yeah.
She knows what she has to do to make it to the next round, and holding on to that energy to make sure that she will be at peak performance.
Yeah. Phyllis Meddy cruising along.
321. Anna Drejos at 280, our newcomer, and Gabby Powell at 270. That was a great set.
It's Phyllis Meddy, 2 wins in a row. She's at 400. Just needs to hit a couple balls in play. Normally you can say 2 wins in a second, and then you can go 2 OBs and you're in, but that wasn't the case.
That was not the case earlier today.
That was not the case. Ryan Gregnall ended up having 500 points along with Zach Holton, and they ended up not getting in with that many points. It's crazy. Like I said, I've never seen that in the 5 or 6 years that they've had that point structure with 16 hitters in a round robin. It's a really, really good Final 8, too, in the open division.
When you have the best of the best.
Yeah.
You get to see really crazy things like that.
Martin Borgmeyer, Kyle Berkshire, Justin James. You have 3 world champions in the Final 8 in the open division. Sam Judah coming in there. You know, Sam, you know, Scotty Perriman, he's in. Reed Russell's in. Colton Casto. Now I feel like I'm missing one more.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Sandra too. I mean, Cassandra, Cassie Myers.
Yep.
She played on the Ryder Cup of the Junior Ryder Cup.
Mm-hmm.
She played with some of the best PGA players that are out there, like Tony Finau, and now she's out here hitting on the grid. And one thing you'll see about her is that she's very consistent. Sandra Carbo putting up a great number at 281 out of the gate.
Yep. Yes. A little bit of right to left there from Sandra. So she'll try to tighten up this right to left movement. She does hit a nice draw Sandra looks really good. I mean, like I said, that was even a miss hit at 166.9 on her last ball. And, that's right now, this is as bad as she's going to hit a golf ball as far as ball speed goes. So Sandra looks great on the box. Nice and relaxed. Ended up taking down that first set. Kelly Rudney in the lead at 288.
Kelly's hitting the ball high. She knows what she has to do to win. She's won here before.
Yeah. She hits a good flat golf ball, just plateaus and just rides out. Look at that. Look at the movement. Just barely any movement. That was a 3-yard cut from Kelly Rudney. Really like that ball flight from her. She's at 284. And really, truly, what this is going to come down to now, is ball speed. Who's going to be a little bit faster? Who's going to keep it straighter? You got Cassandra Meyer at 256, Avery Dovsick at 267. Cassandra out just a little bit, but putting up good numbers.
Yeah,
though.
That was going to be a good one if that straightened out. And Kelly, all the way from Canada, she came in about 3 days earlier, and she's been practicing every day, hitting a couple of balls, really getting an understanding of the layout here. Avery
got one right down the
on
middle.
her final ball here.
Sandra Karlberg has taken the lead at 290 yards. This one's down the right side from Sandra. I do like this golf ball. Is it going to stay in? That is a question. I like her launch at 16. I like the apex at 168. Not much movement. It is a little bit of right to left. So she hit a draw into a cut wind, but it wasn't too much of a draw. Is Sandra Karlberg's last ball going to be farther than 290? Currently, that's still in the lead, but Cassandra Meyer on her last ball goes 281, so she improves.
Waiting on a couple of numbers here. Looks like we've got Avery at 267.
And Sandra at 295, so she did improve 5 yards.
Sandra Meyer at 281, Kelly Rudney at 288, and Sandra Karlberg at 295. What a number.
That's going to make her relax, too. Sandra's going to have 400 points. So the 2 world champions, the multiple time world champions, have 400 points currently. Phyllis Meddy and Sandra Karlberg. But that 321-yard drive from Phyllis Meddy is an absolute bomb. So the two favorites, the fastest, Monica Living and Sandra. Well, you can say Sandra Karlberg too, being a favorite. But Phyllis looks really good so far. First couple sets, hitting bombs.
As always. And as a reference, the LPGA's longest drives on tour, the average, is 287. So these ladies are averaging out way more than that. And at the same time, some of these ladies on the LPGA could compete.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, you played tour golf as well. I mean,
yeah,
you did well.
There was
put a lot of balls in play.
A lot of balls in play, and there are a lot of girls that were close to me in speed. So,
yeah, I just think for you, if you're on a roll grid, you're lethal. I mean, you're good regardless. But for me, when you watch guys when Bryson came in, ball strikers, guys that are just going to just consistently pound the grid, your landing angles. You can't really. I mean, you can teach it, but you have that in your arsenal. And then when you're fast and you can get good landing angles with a roll grid. We watched Chloe Gardner win a world championship where she got the ball on the ground and it rolled out an extra, 20, 25 yards. Yeah, and so this is a little bit different strategy today. And that's the beauty of being able to hit all over North America. We have 11 tour events this year. GF Sports and Entertainment has given the long drivers 11 events, and there's going to be different grid conditions. So you're going to have to make those changes, based off of wind and rollout and what have you. So
weather.
Yeah. Conditions change quick.
It's not just swinging at a ball. It's taking a lot of other things into play. We've got Devin Consaza
Boom.
Already at 307.
And she hits a little left to right there. So our keywords for the week, phenomenal and prototypical ball flight. Devin Consaza's prototypical ball flight is left to right.
So I am not familiar with baseball or softball. How does her being a catcher help her here in her golf swing?
Well, let's talk about hitting a moving object. I did play professional baseball, but I have stood in a batter's box watching like a softball come in, it's unbelievable, the hand-eye coordination that you have to have. One, to hit a baseball, but to hit a softball that's moving 65, 70, 75 miles per hour from 40 feet, I mean, it's insane. So her hand-eye coordination, she's not hitting a moving object in golf.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say she's going to be really good at hitting the center of the club face the more practice that she gets in, and you're seeing it right now at 313 yards. Telling the story a little bit. Balls are going a little bit farther.
We're looking at Janine Minnick ending at 313. We'll see you guys after this break.
Introducing the new Bridgestone E9 Long Drive. Co-designed by world long drive athletes to push the limits of distance. Thanks to extreme ball speed and superior aerodynamic flight. Engineered for you to hit your longest drive. Drive the new E9 Long Drive. Extreme distance for your game.
And we're back. We just saw Janine Minnick take the lead on that one at 313, followed up by Devin Casaza at 307, Mary Driscoll at 269, and Sarah Graham 235.
Taking a peek at the flags right now, it's more east. A little bit ago it was south. It was a southwest wind, and now it's more south. So we're starting to see some numbers pop up there. Phyllis Meddy with the longest drive of the day so far at 321 yards. And Jeannie Minnick at 313, and Monica Living at 312. So we're starting to see some 300-yard drives, which they are monster drives right now. I mean, the guys really struggled once that wind shifted to try to get it over that 350-yard hump, and you saw a log jam of guys right in and around 345 to 350 yards. But right now, if you're tuning in for the first time, it is extremely humid here, and the wind is slightly in our face. And these girls are putting up some big numbers right now, and you're seeing ball speeds up to 180.
So first place gets 200, second place gets 100, fourth place with the 50, fifth place with 25, top 8 move on to the next round. Phyllis Meddy out of the gate, putting one in play.
Yeah,
177
nice draw.
Ball speed.
18-yard draw right to left, Phyllis Meddy. So she's in play, and normally when that happens, watch out.
Now
that is a bomb right there.
180, swapping clubs.
13 launch, 139 feet in the air. If we're being really picky, maybe you want to hit a little bit higher, but I doubt it. That ball's gone. That is 180 yards. She center punched that thing. That might be the longest ball of the day right there. 316. She's knocking on the doorstep.
Of her own record.
And like I said, let's just be hypercritical. She had 15 or 14 yards of movement. So if that's 8 yards of movement, 3 yards of movement, that's going to go a little bit farther because they're still fighting that south wind.
Yeah.
But Phyllis Meddy not getting away from the game plan here, hitting her prototypical draw, nice and high.
One thing I'm loving so far with Phyllis Meddy is that she's putting so many balls in the grid, and I know she's been working on really tightening up that.
Yeah, she's lethal. She gets the first ball in play, at, like she did. She always builds on her sets.
Look at this. Her first 3 balls, 304, 316, 310. Mary Driscoll not that far behind with a 388. She's putting up some good numbers. Mary Driscoll teaching out of Top Golf.
In Arizona, yeah, she's the person to know. If you're going out there and you need to hang out and have some fun for the night, Mary, you got to give her a ring.
Cassie taking a breath before she gets over this last ball.
Yeah, and this is you can see the open guys. They're tired. I mean, that is so hot. I can't even imagine how much weight they're losing in between these round robins. They got to be losing 5, 6, 7, 8 pounds, depending. So they got to battle the elements, and they have to build up the stamina, and that's why these guys will go out and hit 150, 200 balls 3-4 times a week to build up to this. And because at the end of the day, in the open division, you got to hit 108 golf balls to win the tournament. If my math serves me correctly, yes. 30, 30, and 48.
Phyllis Meddy taking that one.
Phyllis Meddy on
316.
autopilot. The 4-time world champ.
We've got women from
looking
all
good.
over the world. Phyllis Meddy from
Absolutely.
New Zealand, Sandra Carlberg from Sweden.
Yep.
Got
Oh.
a handful of Canadian ladies.
Absolutely. And let's
Truly a world sport.
taking a peek at the final 8 in the open division. You got Kyle Berkshire, Scotty Pierman, Reed Russell, Martin Borgmeyer, Colton Castro, Justin James, and Bryce Verplank, and Sam Judah, and Martin Borgmeyer being the 2022 world champ. He is from Germany, so it's 7 Americans and the Germinator, Martin Borgmeyer.
Germinator.
The Germinator.
All right.
We've had the honor and privilege to have Martin in the booth as well.
We
It's
have.
given a different perspective. It's nice to have the athletes in here. We had Bobby Ray here earlier today.
They all have a different game plan. Even
Yeah.
Sandra Carlberg, it's great having her in.
Yeah.
It's so funny asking these ladies who's the person to beat. All of them say, "Oh, anybody can win at any time." They're so humble,
I love
and
it.
you know, talking to some of the greats here, they know what they can do.
Absolutely. Phyllis Meddy is safely in. You will see her in the final 8. She has 600 points after 3 sets. She has swept the board so far. Sandra Carlberg has won as well. Sarah Graham, we have no hitter in slot number 2. Kelly Rudney and Savannah Meyer Clement. Kelly Rudney 165, a little bit of a draw, 20-yard draw. Looks like that one's going to stay in play. A little low on the launch. See if it gets a little bit of rollout.
Kelly wins this one. This puts her in a really great position.
Yeah, I'm liking the height on this golf ball. Still 120 feet in the air. And that shows you, like, how insanely talented Phyllis Meddy is. Like, she can hit it 170 feet in the air. You know, and 150, 160, 170. And you're seeing a lot of these heights. You got, you know, Sarah that popped that one up. She ended up going 168. But
You know, the
that
women,
really helps.
they don't have a master's division, and so these are all ages.
Yep.
One thing that's really impressive about Kelly is she's in her late 40s and has a ball speed of almost 170.
She doesn't look a day over 29.
Day over 23.
Savannah Meyer Clement is just getting better as this tournament goes on, too. She's just hitting a ton of golf balls in play, and you can see her really, really settling into this tournament, you know, filling up the grid, and her distances keep gaining. So she's at 290 right now. Kelly Rudney's at 294. Sarah Graham is at 250. And it's really important when there's a ghost hitter to just put a ball in play. It's guaranteed 50 points.
Yes.
Got to get a ball in play, especially when there's a ghost player.
And all these ladies are putting – I think that's what you'll see out of the women's division. They're going to put more balls in play than they will in the open division or the masters division for the men. And that's what's really special about watching them. Also, their swings are something to look at of what you can emulate at home if you're looking to try and gain some distance. Kelly Rudney and Savannah Meyer Clement.
Sarah,
neck and
just so you can see hand slip there. I mean, it is so humid. I really, truly, I don't even know how many. You have to bring at least a dozen gloves out here because they're
some
done
baby powder.
after. Yeah, they're done after every set. And we're sitting in a booth and we're sweating. It's hot out there. It's more humid than hot.
And you might not see Savannah's numbers just because she is a lefty. Waiting for one more number. To see if Savannah beat Kelly here. She sits at 290. Kelly's at 295. Stayed at 290, so Kelly Rudney will take the lead in this round, and I think she's pretty secure as it goes for being in the top 8. She's got to put up a score for the last 2 rounds.
Like I said, impressed with these numbers, these yardages. Unless you're out here, you have no idea.
No.
You know, you're looking at these numbers for the first time, but 290, 300, those are bombs right now. And then you got Phyllis going
As
320.
always. I'm excited for this group. You've got Avery Dovsek and Gabby Powell, who are best friends. They travel a lot. They traveled to Japan together.
Oh, yeah.
This is a friendly battle between them.
Yeah, they're playing for something here, whether it's dinner or what have you. But Avery and Gabby, they're hilarious. I mean, I'm fortunate enough, I've known them for a while now, and they are – like, this is a giant fraternity, sorority, whatever you want to call it. It's
Big
like a
family.
giant family. It really, truly is. Like, we're all friends out here. And as I said, last week I was honored and fortunate to walk Wrigley Field, the friendly confines of Augusta National.
Yes.
And the last shot I saw of Wednesday was Gabby on number 9, and we'll talk about that. Gabby just hits an absolute missile with a wedge, and I put on my page she hit it 417 yards with a wedge, but
So
she airmails number 9. But to see her face on her birthday, she's carrying the bag for Adam Svensson, her boyfriend, and walking up, and she said, "I was so
par
nervous."
3.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really funny. And I mean, got millions of views on her page, but Gabby got to carry the bag at the par 3 in Augusta for the Masters and put on a show and made us long drivers look good.
Represented WLD well.
Yeah. She didn't come up short. She hit it over the green by at least 70 yards. So, Gabby, thank you for your greatness. But right now, Avery Dovsek, 269. Devin Casaza, 268. Gabby Powell at 287. And Katanga with her first number on the board, 230. All right, we're working here.
So she got into World Long Drive by coming out here last year. She's a local and saw the guys hit, didn't have the opportunity to see the women hit, and thought, hey, I'm going to sign up and try that out. So if you're watching, know that if you want to try it out, come on to a local qualifier, sign up for the Women's Open Division, and be a part of the fun. Experience this live.
Said Pow Pow at 287. Avery Dovsek at 269, Devin Casaza at 268. The one thing that Gabby can do is she can hit the ball high, and I think that can help. She has like a high little cut. We saw her in her first set going 302, and it's just a matter of her catching it in the center of the club face. She's in and around 166 to 168 in ball speed. So it really comes down to launch and spin for her. Waiting on Avery Dovsek's last ball.
That one stays in. That might be a good one for Avery.
Avery with a little cut there. Spun it slightly. Let's take a peek. And the good thing is, too, Flight Scope is giving us a good estimate on where these balls are landing. So that was a miss hit for Avery Dovsek. They actually said that she carried it 242, and it went 242. Yep. So that tells you there's literally no rollout right now. None. Zero.
It's great having Flight Scope and Bridgestone out here, just as the guys are figuring out how to utilize the Bridgestone balls. So are the women, and they're doing a fantastic job. I'm excited to see how they are able to optimize it a little bit better as the year goes on.
So that win puts Gabby Powell at 450 points. So Phyllis Meddy's safely in at 600. Gabby Powell is going to take the second slot currently with Sandra Carlborg, Jeannie Minnick, Monica Living, and Anna Drejo still hitting. So, but 450 is looking good. Phyllis Meddy's safely in. So right now for Sandra and even Jeannie and Monica, just keep hitting balls in play, accumulate points. And I highly doubt that we're going to see 525 being the ace slot.
Yeah.
I doubt that. I mean, that was once again insane that many guys were in and around that 500-point benchmark earlier on this morning in the round
Definitely
of 16.
had my heart racing.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
We're sitting in here and, we got our calculators out trying to figure out, what can happen here. There were so many different scenarios that could have possibly happened in that last set. So everything starts getting crazy here in that fifth set. Right now we have Anna Drejo's, Janine Minnick, Monica Living, and Sandra Carlborg. Sandra with a big hook right down the middle.
That was so fun watching Janine.
33 yards of right to left from Sandra Carlborg, 1,470 spin.
Fighting that win just a little bit. Monica Living.
I'm really liking these numbers from Jeannie. She's hitting a cut. And normally baseball players, the first thing they do is they pull hard left and their face is open just a little bit. But if they can square up that club face, they generate a lot of speed. Someone like Sam Judah, who will be in the Final 8 later on today, Sam, baseball player, was pulling so hard left. So he was like 7 degrees left. And in order for him to hit in play, he had to hit these big turbo cuts, and he was able to straighten out his dispersion, and you're going to see Sam Judah here later on. But very similar. But Jeannie's putting up great.
Big numbers.
Yeah.
I hope.
Janine, sorry.
Yes, she has this opportunity to have the Cinderella story. She's got her whole family out here. See, Monica is also putting up some big numbers. This is going to be pretty close. Probably will come down to the last ball because all these ladies have.
And once again, this is a ball speed contest. Monica Living is 180 mile per hour ball speed, and there you have it, 320 yards from Monica. She's
second
fast.
Longest of the day.
And she's hitting it straight too. I mean, her obviously right now, if you take a peek at the screen, there's a little bit of a miss hit there, but when she's center punching these things, there's not much movement on her golf ball, and there's a reason why her and Phyllis, went 1-2, or, well, Phyllis ended up going OB, but like top seeds going into the round of 8 last tournament in Mesquite. Yeah, Phyllis Meddy, Monica Living are the fastest by probably 6-7 mile per hour in ball speed.
Makes a huge difference.
Absolutely.
Oh, Sandra Carberg. She's giving us the wave, the cute wave that she always does.
I love it.
That's when you know it's a good one for her.
Just the one thing about Sandra right now, for being a little, let's say, hypercritical, that was 41 yards of movement right to left. So she's going to have to straighten that up just a little bit. Now, if that was a different wind, if that was a wind coming from the north, that's a bomb. That goes 15, 20 yards farther.
And it looks like Monica Living is now the longest ball of the day at 3:23, and she will take this win. We will see who is up next after this break.
The best long hitters in the world have come for a chance to call themselves a world champion. It's all about power. It's all about accuracy. It's all about cuts.
Wow, I said it was going to come down to the last ball, and we just saw Janine at 3:22, Monica Living at 3:23.
That softball player
Whew.
is back-legging it, but it really just comes down to dispersion left to right. So Janine is hitting a cut, just a little cut, 322 yard just bomb. So
And she's back out here in slot
Yep.
number 1.
that slot definitely benefits her too, being in slot number 1. So Janine making her debut. She's at 400 points. Sandra Carlberg is at 450. Gabby Powell's at 450. Phyllis Meddy is safely in. Monica Living just needs to hit a ball or two in play. She's in. She's at 500 points. So Gabby, Sandra, they just start hitting balls in play. It's going to be they're going to be in the final 8.
So Kelly, everyone's coming back, has a sports background, right? Do you want to know all her sports backgrounds?
I'm ready.
All right. She played soccer, badminton, volleyball, field hockey, tennis, and ringette. Have you ever heard of ringette?
No.
Apparently it's a Canadian game on the ice rink where they use a stick with rings and try and get in the opposite goal. Sounds a lot like hockey, but that's what she is known for playing.
Yeah, Kelly's just got super fast hands. You get to see her takeaway it's just very nice and controlled, but she rips, just really, really, really fast hands.
Gabby Powell putting a good one in play.
Yep. Janine, 289. Oh, she's got a little bit. I'm watching there. She's got a little bit of the Berkshire.
The Berkshire move.
Step.
The two-step.
And yeah, it works. That move's won a world championship, and even Zach Holton has been using that the last 3 years. And we talked about Zach Holton just knocking on that doorstep of wins, and he was one of the 500 guys that ended up not getting in. But he had a great tournament, Zach Holton. So we're watching Janine here in slot number 1.
And that's just, she's doing that to better use the ground in order to make sure that she can really put that ball in the air.
Yep. Samina Sachs, 285. Gabby Powell, 262. Kelly Rudney, no marks as of right now.
And as Martin talked with us in the booth a little bit, you see Samina kind of juggling with the ball up there to get it on the tee.
Oh,
that is an art in itself.
She's got a really nice swing. Samina Sachs is smooth.
Yeah.
Smooth as butter.
Played college golf on the same team as her sister Summer.
And you're seeing, I'm looking at balls from Gabby. Gabby's hitting some decent balls and play just the height. She just needs to get it up a little bit. So she's probably hitting it just as tad thin. She hit 5 out of 6 in play. But right now, you got to put points on the board.
Yep, Kelly taking the lead at 298 on the last ball. Janine, last ball 303.
Ooh.
Taking out Kelly Rudney. They will both be in the top 8.
Absolutely. Janine, welcome to the final 8. 600 points with one more set to go.
Welcome to Long Drive.
Absolutely. Samina Sachs. That will put her at 150 points. Gabby Powell will have 475. So we're just starting off the fourth set here. Phyllis Meddy on cruise control, hitting bombs, putting balls in play early. Looking really good. So we got Sarah Graham, Avery Dobsick, Anna Drehos, and Samina Sachs coming up. That's set number 5. Apologize there. Katongo Chama, Sarah Graham, Sandra Carlberg, Phyllis Meddy.
And to talk to how much this sport has grown, especially in the women's division, the first female to ever win a wall long drive is Stacy Shinnick.
Yep.
Do you know what distance she was at?
Since I guess 242.5 on the LPGA Tour, this is long drive, 520 yards.
830. No, I'm just kidding.
God, I was off
She was
again.
at 249, and now
Into the win. Into the win.
into the win. Now
Into
you
the
have
win.
girls hitting 322 into the win today.
Yep.
So that's a lot of growth
I
in the
rem-
sport and in these athletes.
I mean, people tuning in right now, we'll go to YouTube for the first time. I just think probably the shortest world championship win is like 310 or something. They're going to have to,
It was 310.
Was it
It was
Victor
310.
Janssen?
Yeah.
Yeah, Victor Janssen. So, yeah, they always say, like, well, how far did you hit it? And I was like, well, I won a world championship at 310. And they're like, nah. And then you go downwind, and we always talk about the Houston Hare deal where Houston got knocked out at 463 yards at the World Championships way back in the day. Well, not way back, 2014, but this is really based off conditions, and thanks again to FlightScope for giving us all this data. It's so much easier in the booth to see what everybody's doing, and this really helps out the competitors as well to make adjustments, especially when they're running deeper and deeper and deeper into the tournament. If they have family members or friends that are tuning in between sets, they can give them some information based off launch spin, what's working, what's not working. Sandra Carlberg with the longest drive of the day for her at 317 yards. I love to see it. Sandra
The pink
Carlberg.
Puma.
Yep.
That's going to be her new name. She's got pink shafts, pink clothes.
There's a lot of world championships in slot number 3 and slot number 4. The best to ever do it, Sandra Carlberg and Phyllis Meddy in slot 3 and 4. They are the GOATs.
That they are. Will be exciting to see them in the Hall of Fame one day.
Absolutely.
Sandra putting up a big one. 317.
And the one thing that we talked about Sandra last set was just the movement right to left. Let's take a peek at the flags. The flags are actually starting to shift slightly downwind, not much, but a little bit. A little bit.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. It's still a south wind. South wind being left to right.
And it's really interesting. Sandra and Phyllis have been hitting just a little bit of a draw and still putting up massive numbers.
And, yeah, being able to watch balls being hit from Thursday until now, I mean, really watching Justin James's set where he hit that draw into the cut wind and it still was a big number. I think more importantly it's about not trying to ride the wind, is trying to hit it 350 or more, really truly focusing on getting that launch. And I was able to talk to Zubak yesterday, the GOAT as well in our division and the Open with 5 world championships. Jay-Z was talking about launch as well, like 13.5, 14.5 launch. And when we were seeing guys like Josh Koch just hammered his last ball, his launch was at 10 and the number came back lower. So like you got to get the ball in the air, and it's that the landing angles, it can't be as low. So like if you have a landing angle of 36, 37, 38, it's not going to roll out as far. This is not a roll grid. Your landing angles need to be higher, like 44, 45.
I'm interested to see what Phyllis Meddy's 5th ball is. She hit a really good one, and she got that launch angle high as we were just talking about. As of now, Sandra Carlberg is the number 1 in this group at 317, but we're still waiting on one more ball from Phyllis Meddy.
Sandra put on a clinic there, 5 out of 6 in play. First ball, 317.
And it looks like there is a little run out,
Yep.
maybe somewhere around 295, 300, which might be where the goal is for the ladies here today. But seeing that we haven't found Phyllis's yet, I'm assuming that might be somewhere around 320.
We were seeing a lot of golf balls. They were having a hard time finding that golf ball at 345 to 350, but it's still like a lot of the Open guys didn't have conditions into the wind, what have you, so they were carrying it 345, 350 a lot. So, yeah, Phyllis Meddy's ball was at 310 yards.
310.
Tip of the cap to all the grid workers.
Oh,
that
yeah,
have
and
been out there.
volunteers.
Yeah, this has been an ultra efficient event where we're finishing quick, which is great. Speaking of ball callers, there we just had
Baller shot caller.
a gentleman that has made a lot of money off me this week saying prototypical ball flight. Wes Campo, you're welcome.
I think also another one might be, how many times can you say you went to the Masters last
I've
week?
only said that I think 4 or 5 times, though. I haven't said it too much. But
I mean, I think someone should put a bet on it. Over under.
But do
I
it
would
for
say
a lot more money.
Yeah, I would
Not
say
like
a ton
$5,
if I
like
was in that
$100.
position.
So people text me, I'll take half of your wins. But yeah, I mean, Gabby put it on a platter for me.
Oh, she
to
did.
mention. Pow. So
Gabby, Pow. We've got Avery, Mary, and Monica in this group. Sounds like
a girl band
a girl band. Yep.
that can
that's
hit
what's
golf
good.
balls really far.
Excited to see what Mary's going to do in this set.
Avery Dovsick. Let's take a peek and see where she is at. She is at 175 points, so a win would be huge here. She'd have 375. We talked about Jacob Galladay yesterday, or the day before at 150 and got in. After 3 sets, he had 150, got a win and a win. Sam Judah did the same thing today. Sam had to go win-win, and he did. And he ended up finishing in 8th place at 525 points. So
And as
everybody has a chance.
Everyone has a chance. As we talked about earlier, we have this ghost spot. And so the most important thing right out the bat is just putting one in play.
Yep.
Especially for Mary.
Mary Driscoll, 295. Mary Driscoll's currently at 350 points. So if she wins, she would be at 450.
Monica Living
takes the lead at 295. Let's key in on Monica Living.
She just
the Mesquite champion, 175 ball, 128 in the air, launches at 11. No movement on the golf ball, about 8 yards of draw. So you look at curve distance, take a peek at those numbers, 23.2 in feet. So it's pretty much a straight golf ball here. 307. She improves.
So funny how she got into the sport. As we talked about earlier, she was discovered by Andrew
Andrew Agner,
the
5-year amateur.
The 5-year amateur who was our champion this week by driving a par 4. And he asked, "Do you do this often?" And she's like, "Yeah, this is the average."
Yep.
What a great discovery.
Yeah, one thing I'm liking right now for Monica is putting a lot of balls in play, and that's going to matter in the quarterfinal rounds.
Avery putting a lot of balls as well. Hopefully this one will go a bit farther than the last 4. The last ball here. I don't think she likes that one.
110 feet. Oh, spun it just a tad. It looks like that ball's in play from Avery.
5 out of 6.
Yeah. But Monica, 179.2.
Just increasing every single hit.
169 feet in the air. She hits it high and she's fast. And so is Phyllis Meddy. Hits it high and hits it fast. Avery improved. 282, 295 for Mary Driscoll. Let's take a peek at her last ball. Mary definitely has the horsepower to get past 307. Did she improve? She did not.
295.
So she will be at 450 points.
315 from
So,
Monica.
Yeah, Monica Living looking good and hit a nice high golf ball at 160 plus feet in the air.
I think something that's really interesting about Mary is that she's always had the horsepower. She's always had a great swing. But she talked about earlier today, her biggest opponent is herself.
Yeah.
Mentally getting in there, getting strong, and making sure that she can put out what we've all seen that she's done
She gets
before.
tougher and tougher as the tournament goes on.
Yeah.
So if she keeps, advancing.
She's great head-to-head.
She's really, really good head-to-head competitor. So Mary Driscoll with 450 points. So let's take a peek real quick. Monica Living, Phyllis Meddy, Sandra Carlberg, Janine Minnick. Janine Minnick, thumbs up. You look great. She's hitting it really well.
Great
Kelly
debut
Rodney,
here.
Gabby Powell, Mary Driscoll. Still have Devin Casaza to hit. Devin's longest ball of the day so far is 307. Let's see if we have anybody else that's below that's in the 300s. None as of yet. So Monica Living with the longest ball of the day at 323. Janine Minnick at 322, Phyllis Meddy at 321, Sandra Karlberg 317. So we have multiple ladies here in the 300s. And that is a good golf ball right now. Still humid. We're taking a peek at the wind. The wind has died down. There's not much wind at all. It's still a south wind, so they're fighting left to right just a little bit. So a flat cut, someone like a Kelly Rudney really benefits her. And not only that, watching Janine for the first time, that's her flight as well.
Definitely benefits her.
Yep.
And this is majority all carry grid right here today.
Yep. Cassandra Meyer on the board at 273. So Cassandra still has an outside chance. She can go win-win and have 500 points. So this is a big set for her.
Devin hit a big one, just a little bit too much spin. We'll see where that one lands.
And sometimes they might potentially be a misread on spin. 4,400 is a lot. So it might have, like they always say, oh, it could have double read. It's possible that could have happened. So if you see Devin Casada, yeah, she did. That actually was right. Flight scope. Thumbs up there. We have the engineers here. They got it right. 4,400 spin at 248 yards. I misspoke. So, yeah, that was definitely a miss hit for Devin there.
Cassie Meyer with 273.
And this is what, Flight Scope was built for these types of speeds. So they're going to be significantly more accurate right now, and they had to make changes. Like after the first event, Flight Scope made those changes because you would see them reset. Like you would see golf balls go 226 and they would reset back to 223. So that they're working in between these events as well to get their equipment dialed into these higher ball speeds. But right now in the women's division, Flight Scope is nailing it. They are all over it right now with these numbers.
And let's be honest, most amateurs, most people that play on the weekends don't have these speeds that the women have, and so Flight Scope's perfect for everyone.
Absolutely. And
Devin in at 285 right now with the lead.
Little surprising because Savannah Meyer-Clement has hit a ton of balls in play today, struggling here in her fourth set to get a ball on the board. Savannah's longest drive is 290, so if she does hit a good ball here, she has a chance to take down the set, which would help her out immensely.
Waiting for two final balls. Like we said, she's a lefty, so sometimes it takes a little bit longer to get the data. 278 with the second place.
Yeah, she snuck in there and ended up taking a second place, so that gives Savannah Meyer-Clement 325 points going into it.
Wow, what a great set. That's the end of our final 4 rounds. We've got one final round left. Monica Living's in, Phyllis Meddy's in, Sandra Karlberg's in.
So Devin Casaz is going to have 450 points, and she's going to be in 8th place. It tied with Mary Driscoll, so tied for 7th. So Monica Living, Phyllis Meddy, Sandra Karlberg, Janine Minnick, Kelly Rudney, Gabby Powell, Mary Driscoll, and Devin Casaza both have 450 points. Savannah Meyer-Clement, that was a huge drive for her. She needed to hit that because that's going to give her 325 points.
She can go on to win the last set and sneak in there.
It's possible, yeah. She would have 525 if she does win. And for right now, anybody like Gabby Powell, if she takes 3rd, she would have 525, and that means Savannah Meyer-Clement would have to win. In order to tie Gabby. Mary Driscoll took 2nd. She's in. So any of these girls take 2nd, Devin, Mary, Gabby, like they're automatically in.
Well, I'm here for a little drama.
Kelly Rudney needs to hit a ball and play, but the girls that are 100% in right now, Monica Living, Phyllis Meddy, Sandra Karlberg, Janine Minnick, they are 100% going to be in the final 8.
If you're tuning in right now, make sure you send in some questions on the YouTube Live. We would love to talk with you guys, and hopefully later today we'll have one of the female athletes in here in the booth where you can ask questions to them as well.
Here's a question. What's the best kind of practice to get distance on my drives?
Oh, that might be a question for one of the girls, but what I would say is swing as hard as possible as many times.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like focusing on hitting the center of the club face is important as well.
Efficiency, yeah.
Yeah. And we talked about it, or Martin talked about it yesterday. If you're in and around in the men's division 180 mile per hour, you can generate some club speed where you can get up to 200, 210, what have you. I mean, we look at Matt Stubbs, who was 126 mile per hour in club speed, and now like almost touching 160.
Yeah.
You know, and that happened over an 8-month stretch. But the ladies, if you're in and around, I would say like 145, 150 with a stock driver, you can definitely generate speed where you can get in the 170s and maybe even 180s. I mean,
it's getting your body used to swinging that fast, and then from there you go and finding the club face with that speed, and then from there you sign up for a World Long Drive event.
There we go. We finally going Anna Trejos.
Anna, yes.
Anna, there we go. Thank you.
Got a ghost one on this one too.
All right, so 5th set here.
This might come down to Janine and Cassie.
Cassandra Meyer is mathematically eliminated as of right now, but hits a bomb 310. I can guarantee you she wished she had that the first couple sets there. You know, Cassandra's had the chance to win a tour event, and the crowd is cheering for her.
Getting a little bit more downwind.
We call her Cass. Like, I've never called her Sandra, Cassandra, whatever.
Every time you say that,
Cass.
I'm like, who is this?
I know. But Cass is another one that hangs out with the girls, like, you know, the Instagram crew, and she's hilarious.
She's such a great follow.
She's awesome.
She has this one skit that's probably my favorite of your typical golf guys.
Yes.
And she's got another one of your typical Instagram golf girls, and it's so funny.
Yeah, Cass is awesome. Give her a follow. She's got a big following too. She's got 360,000 followers, somewhere in that ballpark.
And as that question was asked of how to gain speed, she's a great one to follow if you want to know how to gain speed by kind of workouts and increasing some lifting. As she said, her favorite workout is deadlifts.
She has a good coach. Her husband's pretty good at what he does, too.
He is. He's coached some of the best.
Yeah, Tim Burke. He's got a couple world championships. So shout out to Brett Meyer as well, who's here today. I got to see him on the range.
And Cassie takes the lead at this one at 3:10. What a way to finish.
Yeah, we're looking at some of these questions. Yeah, the ladies are hitting 48-inch drivers. Very rarely you're going to see them go under that, but I know that you did, or you were hitting Tour Series setups. Like, what was your setup when you were competing, and what did you win with? What setup did you win with?
I won with a 45.
Wow.
That was all that I had at the time. That was the first tour event that I played. But one of the girls actually does have a 45 out here today. Twid played around with the 46, but I think one thing that's hard and that people don't understand, to transition to a 48 drive length, it's kind of hard.
Yeah.
It's really tough, and to find that timing in the middle of the season can be difficult. But, yeah, these ladies are very talented.
Sarah Graham, Avery Dopsick, Anna Drejos, Samina Sachs. Let's see who can get in here. They can't.
Looks like they're
because
be
450 is the number, and if Anna Drejos wins or Avery, they would have 425, so they're mathematically eliminated. Samina Sachs is at 150. So it really comes down to Savannah Meyer-Clement. If Savannah Meyer-Clement doesn't beat Sandra Carlberg, Mary Driscoll, or Gabby Powell, the field has been set.
Wow, that's a big matchup there. But it's going to be fun to watch these girls. And one thing that we can say, I think, that they definitely beat the guys on is style.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe not Bobby Ray, but.
He's hilarious. And get in the booth. He's a wild card. But you know what?
Avery's one of the hardest working people that I know. If she's not on the grid, then she's probably doing a travel show. If she's not doing a travel show, then she's probably working on.
She's everywhere.
USA Today, doing something. She's doing it all, and so it's really cool to see Long Drive be her outlet.
And talk about a personality, Avery. She really truly is hilarious. She's so funny. And great wit.
Great wit and great heart.
She's sharp, but right now we may or may not have. We'll just blame Ryan Riesbeck for all technical difficulties. Oh, yeah. Ryan just took the lawnmower out and knocked out the cord for the laptop, so we're going to have to. I'm getting good at this, though. Control, Alt, and delete. And then the password is enter, and there we go. We're back.
Just watching the stats here. Samina looked like she just put a good one out there. She's going to be someone that's a lot of fun to watch as the year goes on. First time I saw her was out in Mesquite, and she was hitting it. And it's a difference between venues. I mean, she was hitting at 320, 330.
I remember one of the posts that I put on Lawn Drivers, and I put whatever. She hit it 300 and something yards, and they're like, they didn't go that. I mean, they thought I was making that up, and
Yeah.
she did. She hit it like 320 or whatever. But, yeah, got a great swing. You can tell, I'm not sure what sport she played, but.
Golf.
Yeah, okay. Well, she looks like.
Played collegiate golf.
She looks like a golfer. She
Yeah.
looks like an athlete.
Competes with her sister Summer often.
And I said, and, you know, I could talk about Avery. I know that she just gets after it in the gym.
Look at
Works
that.
out really, really hard.
Pipe that one straight down the middle.
Still working on numbers here. So don't have anything as of yet on the board. But it's nice to see Cass finish up with a 310. Got to bring her back, see her out in Mesquite.
And she's just getting back into it. You
Yeah.
know, World Long Drive used to be acquired by Golf Channel. Now GNF, who's done a fantastic job in getting the sport back and alive again. But back then, she was doing a ton of speed training, she said, and she's been
Yeah.
out of it for about 3 years, and she's back at it here at the sport, in the sport.
Still waiting on some numbers here. We blame Ryan Reeves back in. Funny enough,
Look at
is
him
on a tractor.
out there on the tractor. We knew
The
he'd cut
hardest
the line.
working guy in Long Drive. Not only does he compete, but he mows the lawn. He picks up the golf balls.
He sets up all the equipment, calls the number.
So what we're going to have to do here is take off our microphones here and see what Seamus Powers says here.
Still waiting to get the numbers. As we're waiting, we've got Sandra Carberg, Mary Driscoll, Savannah Meyer-Clement, and Gabby Powell. This is the one that Savannah has to win in order to make it to the top 8. Sounded like we had a 248, a 260.
So 350 live on YouTube right now. We have Sandra Carlborg with 6 world championships across the board, 5 world championships here under the World Long Drive umbrella. Just enjoying watching Sandra hit golf balls.
You know, this is one of the biggest fields the women have had. We talked about it earlier with the men having a full field, the women as well having a full field, and that's something that we didn't see a lot a few years ago.
Mm-hmm. So right now, we have, you know what, I think if we update this, let me see here. Let me hit this button.
Sandra putting one in.
Boom, there we go. I own a technology company, and I didn't even know. I didn't even know what to push, but yeah, we refreshed it. So
Sandra Carberg 286, Gabby Powell at 260.
And huge set here for Savannah Meyer-Clement. She has to win this set. She has to win. If not, the field is set for the final 8. Monica Living is 100% in. Janine Minnick is in. Phyllis Meddy is in. Sandra Carlberg is in. Kelly Rudney is in. Gabby Powell just had to put a ball in play. Let me see here.
Sandra with the little wave. We know
Oh, yeah.
that's a good one.
Mary Driscoll still doesn't have a number on the board. It would definitely help if Mary hits a ball in play. But, I mean, like I said, if Savannah doesn't win, then Mary's in it, even if she has an OB set. Gabby Powell improving to 272, Mary Driscoll with 265. Savannah Meyer-Clement here in slot number 3. 0 for her first 4.
All right, she needs to put this last one in play.
Sandra Carlberg improving on her set, 297 yards.
Mary
Slot
Driscoll's going to be in at 265.
And we got Powell here keying in on her. Gabby Powell.
Yeah.
163.8 from Gabby. 113 feet in the air. Looks like this one's sweeping across the grid.
Waiting on one number for Savannah. This will tell it all. 293,
Oof.
so close.
She needed 5 more yards.
Oh, man, Sandra just got her at 297.
The field has been set. Monica Living, Janine Minnick, Phyllis Meddy, Sandra Carlberg, Kelly Rudney, Gabby Powell, Devin Casaza, and Mary Driscoll. Savannah Meyer-Clement was, well, Sandra Carlberg improved to
at
304.
304.
We waited last night, too, like we thought the set was over, and then that 405 popped up for Martin Borgmeyer. He didn't need it, but
it was fun.
It was the longest drive of the tournament yesterday. The longest drive of the entire event was from Eddie Fernandez.
Oh, my goodness. What a swing.
Yeah.
What a set. He was consistently in the 400s for a while there.
Fast Eddie.
In the Masters division, yeah.
419. There was about a 2-minute window where there was a good gust of wind, and Eddie took full advantage of it. He hit 2 or 3 balls over 400 yards, and funny enough, they gave me the microphone to interview him, and like I said, I've been practicing for 7 years to say his name. So, yeah, Edward Michael Joseph William Bartholomew. Arancha Sanchez, Vicario, Conchita Martinez, Fernandez, congratulations on your win. That was his debut.
Yes. Hopefully they put that name at the bottom of the screen.
It just brings me back to the Key and Peele football,
goodness.
East-West.
One of my favorite skits.
The East-West. Shakir Kwan, TGIF Carter.
Aaron.
Ron, Balake. Or Rodgers, Aaron Rodgers. Ron.
All right. This set, the ladies are just having fun. They're already in, probably trying out maybe some different drivers, seeing what they can do as they move on to the final 8.
But this shows you, like, just the speed right here. Monica Living, it's a slight miss hit, but she still can hit it 200 feet in the air, which is important. This is not a roll grid at all. So her and Phyllis can hit it high. 182 from Monica Living, 169 from Phyllis Meddy. Devin Casaza is Hobe left.
And if Devin gets it up just a little bit, she's going to be right there as well.
Yep. Devin, too, like super fast hands, lightning fast hands at the bottom, similar to Kelly Rudney.
She's got to figure out that balance of how to get it in the air and have a lower spin.
But looking at the top 2 screens here in slot 1 and slot number 2, you have Monica Living and Phyllis Meddy. Phyllis is at 302, Monica Living at 309.
When these girls are out, we kind of need the ball guys to go just a little bit further out to make sure that they can find those balls.
Yep.
Phyllis Meddy in at 320.
And this is, I would try to conserve energy right now. I wouldn't really try to work on anything. I would hit 6 balls, but not put too much into it. It's super humid right now. Phyllis Meddy improves to 320. That's her second longest drive of the day. Her longest drive is at 321. But, or they can try to just stay in rhythm because we're not going to have much of a break here. We're going to go right into the final 8, the quarterfinals.
These ladies are coming up on their final ball.
Phyllis Meddy down that right side there with a draw, 160 feet in the air.
If anything, this shows there's so many different ways that you can hit the ball to generate speed and power.
Yeah. So all 4 competitors will be in the final 8.
We've got Sandra Carlberg, Monica Living, Janine Minnick, what a debut. Phyllis Meddy, Gabby Powell, Kelly Rudney, Mary Driscoll, and Devin Casaza.
The GOAT has entered the chat room. Jason Zubak, Christopher Hall is in the chat room as well. Mitch Dobbin, hello. Monica Borowitz-Chinny.
Always great to hear from them. Hopefully they will stay tuned and ask some more questions as we will come back with the final 8.
Looking to compete on the World Long Drive Tour for the largest prize purses in World Long Drive history? Pro and amateur members can compete in their respective divisions all summer long as World Long Drive kicks off their 2023 tour. Visit worldlongdrive.com to become a member and view all the registration dates for upcoming tour events.
We're back for the final 8. The wind has shifted. The wind has shifted to straight downwind, so they're going to try to get them up and running right now. More than likely, there's a storm going to be coming in here, so everything's going to be sped up. But now we have an east wind, and we're going to see golf balls probably going 340.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big difference. It's shifted literally in the last like 2 or 3 minutes.
We're going to see a lot of that shift just with the storm coming in. The wind's going to kind of go here and there, but I'm excited to see some bigger numbers put up. We've got to see a lot of great balls hit for the women here. Phyllis Meddy with the longest ball of the day at 321. Not too far behind her. I'm sorry, Monica Living with the farthest ball of the day at 323. Phyllis Meddy 321. Everyone in that same area. And Janine for her debut at 322.
She looked awesome. Yeah, but yeah, I'm interested to see these numbers. If they're gonna, they might change the structure where they're not doing heads-up matches now, just to try to get this in where we might have 4 on a tee box. But yeah, the weather looks like it's coming in right now. Nothing too crazy, but I've lived here my entire life, and you get that afternoon rain.
You can feel it in your big toe, right?
Yeah, I can feel it. The barometric pressure.
All right,
dropping.
Bobby. So if you are in a scramble, what lady are you picking to be on your team?
Ooh. Well, someone that's probably played a ton of golf their entire life, because, you know, I feel pretty strongly that it depends on where they're playing from the tee box.
They're playing from the Reds.
Oh, okay. Oh, man, I don't know.
Because golf hasn't given us
I just
our
remember
value
playing
yet.
with, like, Gabby and Hannah, you know, in these scrambles and stuff and just destroying everybody. And, like, you know, Hannah is not competing, but, I mean, they're so good at golf. So I want to pick the best golfer. I would take you. How about that?
All right,
taking
sounds
you.
like it. I'd pick you as well.
Yeah, okay, there you go. I'm a good scramble player, but I need to
maybe the best long driver with the best short game.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, Tim Burke has got great hands, and
Eddie
the late,
Fernandez
great Mitch McDowell. I mean, Mitch McDowell had amazing hands as well. Eddie Fernandez is a great golfer.
Hope to see him on the senior tour.
Yeah, I have to putt last. I got to see lines. So, but I would take you. I'll take you. Yeah. But, yeah, we're going to try to get going. They're going to do heads-up matches. So Phyllis Meddy's going to match up against Mary Driscoll. The wind has shifted. This is straight downwind. Not sure if they're going to be able to carry it past that 350-yard benchmark, but I would never put anything past Phyllis Meddy.
If anyone can do it, Phyllis can definitely do it.
She hits it high.
Well. Yeah.
She hits it really high. So right now, high ball speed, high launch is going to be a winner here.
It was great also from the YouTube, getting to hear from Monica Borowicz.
Cheney.
She has been a part of this tour for so long. Someone that was one of the first people I got to meet when I got out here.
Yep.
One of the kindest souls.
341 people on right now. We're going to get back to action. Brittany Dobbin, hello. Like I said,
Brittany.
Jay-Z is in the house, the GOAT.
How are the kiddos, Brittany?
So, yeah, the guys, we're going to speed it up. I think that we were supposed to start at 2:30, but the wind has shifted for the better right now.
Yeah.
I mean, if the rain doesn't come, this is what everybody wants to see. They want to see longer drives.
Oh, yeah. I think one thing that we'll also see from this, if you're a seasoned player on the World Long Drive, you're going to know how to have this transition a little bit faster.
And then I see Trey Scruggs. I named my son after you, Trey.
Trey.
You know, and then you got Trent Scruggs. Trent.
The brothers.
Absolutely.
All right, so we're gonna have Phyllis Meddy against Mary Driscoll, Janine Minnick at her debut against Kelly Rudney, who won this tournament last year, Monica Living against Gabby Powell, and Devin Casaza against Sandra Carborg. Those are some really great matchups.
Yeah, they're changing it up a little bit. I mean, you're just going based off of the points that we saw, and they're doing that differently because last time in the open division they were going off of world rankings, changing it up a little bit. I feel like there's going to be changes as we go throughout the entire year, during this. But I do like this structure, heads-up matches. This is going to take just a little bit longer than the amateur and the senior division, not the masters division. I said masters like 100 times. I'm still, trained for that. But they were doing quarterfinals, 4 guys and 4 guys, and went down to the semifinal with 4. It's fast. I mean, that normally takes about 15 minutes. This is going to take slightly longer. So we're going to have 4 heads-up matches here in the quarterfinals, then 2, then 1. So.
And they're hitting 6 balls. They have 2 minutes and 30 seconds. What you want to do here is make sure you get 1 ball in out of your first 2 balls, and then put the pedal to the metal after that. I will say, as we were talking about the Masters, I wish that Long Drive had their signature meals, kind of like the pimento cheese or something like that. What do you think it would be called if we had a standard
The Grand Slam,
the
right?
Grand Slam.
Absolutely.
Need a
Denny's, if you're listening, World Long Drive will take $5 million and you can be the title sponsor. No, I'm just kidding. Whatever. $10 million. The number just went up. You're welcome. $20 million. Okay.
All right.
We're getting Elon Musk's son, Elon. They have the same first name.
He's been helping us out all day.
All right, so right now, quarterfinal number 1, Phyllis Meddy is going to be, I think she's going to hit at 335. I really, truly do with this wind. If she center punches a golf ball, but Mary Driscoll, the veteran, just gets stronger and stronger as the event goes on. We're working on a number right here, Phyllis Meddy, with a miss hit, 162 mile per hour, but that one might have stayed in.
Miss hit at
300. That's
300.
a miss hit. Then that is a miss hit. A little bit ago, 20 minutes ago, that was a bomb, but that is not a bomb right now. We are straight downwind. We have an east wind. We have a storm coming in. Phyllis Meddy, 182 mile per hour, 125 feet in the air, 308 carry distance. So let's see how accurate the carry distance is on 308 on Phyllis's last ball. There was a lot of movement right to left. Let's see if that one stayed in her 4th ball. Or that was her 3rd ball. That one stayed OB. All right. Phyllis is going to reset here. She has 3 balls to go. A center punch golf ball will probably go in and around 330 to 335 yards.
All the way from New Zealand. Every time she comes back, she always brings me lollies.
Mm-hmm.
Love all the players from down under.
So the window is open right now for Mary Driscoll. She's going to be down to her last ball. The wind is due east right now, which means it's straight downwind.
My heart is racing. I'm not going to lie.
My
heart is racing.
Mary Driscoll down to her last ball. She needs to take a deep breath.
Here we go.
As Art Sellinger used to say, this is a easy par 4. Just hit a drive right down the middle, and
she waves it goodbye.
160 mile per hour, but that's a good ball right now. I mean, it's not that high, but you know what? Downwind, that's probably going to be past 300 yards. Is it going to be Phyllis Meddy down to her last ball? This one is going to be OB left.
Just a little bit.
317. So Mary Driscoll taking full advantage of the wind.
Always comes down to the last ball. What a hit.
She's tough.
Two of the best veterans right here in the game. Oh, head-to-heads. They're giving me that feeling as if I'm out there on the tee.
Mary Driscoll taking down the set against the 4-time world champ Phyllis Meddy.
Next, we have our newcomer, Janine Minnick, with Kelly Rudney, who won this event last year.
I feel like they're very similar hitters. Even though I've only seen Janine hit a couple times, I've seen Kelly hit a bunch. I feel like their shot shape and ball flight and ball speed is very, very similar. And Janine may be about a mile or two faster, because I did see her 174, 175. I saw Kelly Rudney in and around 172, 173 with a center punch shot. Kelly Rudney has one on this grid. So she's three sets heads-up matches away with wins, getting her second title here in Hobe Sound. But this is a very evenly matched battle.
Here we go. She ain't getting those legs ready.
And the wind.
She's fired up.
I'm not going to say the wind is ripping, but it's about 10 mile per hour straight downwind.
I think she's going to put up maybe her furthest ball ever right here. Longest ball. All right, getting the jitters out.
All right, so this ball is right down the left side. This one may be OB here.
Kelly putting one in on her first drive, I believe.
And the one thing I'm going to be looking at, Janine, she's amped up. You can tell that she pulls left. Is she going to pull too hard left? Like, is she going to try to overswing here? Like, she just needs to hit a ball in play, and that's probably what you'll see at double cross. Like, her face is square at impact. Those balls are really good, are really well struck.
You know, adrenaline really helps you to hit the ball a lot farther than you do in your practice, but it's also something that you have to control. And I think we've seen people like Cal Berkshire, like Phyllis Meddy, Sandra Carberg really know how to hone in that adrenaline. She's just got to put one in play. Kelly's got one. Looks like she just hit this other one in.
That looks like a good ball.
156
apex, almost 170 in ball speed. And if,
Mary
hits it 317 and hit it 96 feet in the air, this one's going to Kelly running at 309. So there might be rollout. There might be some rollout here. And Mary, she waved at it right when she hit it. She knew she hit it good.
She hit that well. All right. Janine's got one on the board at 279. 2 balls left here. 1 ball left for Kelly.
.172.6, 18 launch. This one's floating down the right side. How much movement left to right, though?
Good bit.
Oof, that was almost 50 yards of left to right.
Close.
So it's a big, big cut. Said it carried 307. If that one stayed in play, that might be a big number here.
It's 300. She's on her last ball. This is what it comes down to. Oh, man.
.171.
She hits it
This
high.
one
She hits it big.
This one's right down the middle, 169 feet. Let's take a peek. Not as much movement. So this is about 33 yards of movement or 32 yards of movement left to right. So she tightened it up, but a big carry number takes the lead.
317. Always comes down to the last ball. The newcomer, first event, wins her first head-to-head match. This is exciting.
Yeah, and look at that. I mean, she goes OB on her first 2 balls, but then goes 279, 270, 300, and 317 in crunch time.
She was figuring it out all the while. Next up, Monica Living against Gabby Powell.
Yeah, both of them hit it high. I know Gabby can put it up there, and Monica has already shown that she can hit it 150 to 170 feet in the air.
Yeah.
And interested to see
this is gonna be
I
a
would
good
focus
matchup.
right now if I'm Monica Living on just hit the center of the club face, because she's going to be in and around maybe on just a nice smooth swing 170 to 172. But Gabby hits it high, and we watched her hit a 417-yard pitching wedge at Augusta last week. She's going to need it on this one. So Pow here, getting after it first.
Oh, yeah.
The hometown
Loading
favorite.
up and letting it rip.
There you go, Monica Living, 166.3. 160 in the air, 302. A little bit of movement left to right.
Great first ball, just putting something out there. Now she's going to go all the way at it. We see that ball speed jumping up. Gabby Powell straight down the middle.
Good numbers from Pow here. 18 launch.
Really taking advantage of the wind.
Monica Living in the lead at 324 yards. As expected, we feel like, based off the wind and downwind, they're going to carry it significantly farther right now. Gabby Powell last year, I believe, went 321, 22 yards. 321, 322 on this grid. So she definitely has the horsepower to get there.
Just got to make sure she puts a good flight on it.
Yep. Monica Living,
Gabby's
the Mesquite champion.
consistent. They're both consistent.
Yep.
Monica putting another one down the middle. No movement on that ball, just a little bit.
Gabby's one hugging right down the right side. Monica Living with a big ball, 172, 317 guesstimate of carry, 177 feet in the air. Did she spin it 1,600? So right when we were watching the open division guys that were spinning at 2,400 with those type of numbers, big numbers. Gabby Powell knocking on the doorstep at 318. I'd like to see her ball speed in and around like 166 to 168. She's just off just a little bit.
Right
this one's
there.
a bullet right down the middle. 171. Pow. looking good here at 114. Monica Living still in the lead at 324. But that ball was hammered by Gabby Powell.
Just not high enough.
There wasn't much movement right to left. It was about a 15-yard draw. 309. Just got to get the ball in the air.
Down to the last ball.
But big numbers here from Gabby Powell and Monica Living. And they're filling up the grid. Both have 4 out of 5 in play. Monica Living with a bullet, 177. Gabby Powell.
Gabby responding with it.
Putting on a show here for the fans in Hobe Sound, Florida. Monica Living, Gabby Powell.
Oh, down to the last ball. Waiting for some numbers here.
310 from Gabby Powell, so it looks like Monica Living is going to take down the set at 324 yards. She may have improved, but
what
really
a great
good
match.
sets.
What a great match. These have been 3 matches that have come down to the last ball.
Both with 5 out of 6 in play as well. They're putting on a stripe show. Monica Living with the longest drive of the day at 324 yards.
So if you want to not only know how to hit it long, but also straight, make sure you're tuning in to the women.
All right, so right now the wind has shifted again. This is a east-southeast wind. Still
Straight
more
across.
straight down wind, but it's down and across.
This is a great matchup here with Sandra Carberg, our 6-time champion.
And what I want to see from Sandra is that little draw there, you know, that high draw.
The pink Puma with the catcher.
Now you can see the flags if you're watching right now. It's starting to pick up. The wind is starting to pick up. This is down and across. Don't think Devin Casaza with a bullet right down the middle.
Right out the gate.
Let's see how much movement she has. I bet you she doesn't have much on that golf ball.
No.
21 yards of movement left to right, so that's a good ball from Devin Casaza. 7-yard draw. Sandra Carlberg is Hobe right. I still think 330 is doable. I think it's
definitely there.
I think it's there.
Devin putting a little bit more speed to her swing here.
And then you say what I want to see from Sandra is tighten right to left. She's gonna hit a draw. It's just how much movement is she gonna take up in the air right to left. That one was almost 30 yards right to left. 30-yard draw there from Sandra Carlberg.
I think one of the things that Sandra's done really well, and she's been in the sport forever, is that she has transitioned a golf swing into a long drive swing, knowing how to sync up the timing, where to have her hands, all the things. She's literally a pro at this.
And I can say this, she's not the same hitter today as she was last month. She has gone into the lab, and she is looking like the Sandra Carlberg of the past. Looking great right now. Devin Casaza with a good ball outright. Don't know if that one's going to stay in play or not. And there it is. This one's hugging down the right side. This was like
back just a
push
bit.
draw.
Yeah.
Is that one going to stay in play for Sandra? She's at
Sandra's building.
313. Devin Casaza looks like this one's drifting Hobe right.
Devin's hitting pretty quickly here. She's on her last ball.
So Devin ended up winning in Denver. She's now in the lead at 320 yards.
Oh, another one.
Yeah, she hits it high. Both of them hit it really high, and right now Devin Casaza is hitting a nice straight golf ball. And that the one that came back.
Sandra's asking for the crowd to make some noise here.
So Sandra's going to have to straighten this golf ball up. Devin Casaza is riding the wind, and you can just look at the profile of her golf ball. It's perfect. 167 ball speed from Devin. 162 feet in the air and a little bit of a cut. Sandra Carlberg on her last ball. She likes it. She's yelling at 170, 1,700 spin, 147 in the air. I like the height. Let's see how much movement she has. Let's take a peek at the wind. It's still fighting the crosswind just a tad.
We're going to see where this lands.
This one is a little bit tighter of a draw. Is Sandra Carlberg going to surpass 320 yards from Devin Casaza? Drum roll. Or we're going to have to wait and see.
Right in that area with a little bit of roll. Oh, I know their heart's pumping because
you can cut the tension with a knife. Did the 6-time world champ pull it out on the 6th ball? Or is the PLDA champ going to take it down? Sandra Carlberg.
3 325 on the last ball. She's on to the final 4.
What a set. The last two
man.
sets have been phenomenal. 4 out of 6, 5 out of 6, 5 out of 6, 5 out of 6. These girls are putting on a show, and Sandra Karlberg, who has a lot of world championship rings, takes down the set. But you know what? Devin Casaza was hitting a really, really good golf ball. And at the end of the day, Sandra still fought a little bit of that crosswind, but she tightened up her dispersion right to left. She was having about 30 yards a draw, and that one was about a little over 20, and takes down the set at 325. Taking a peek at the flags, it's still slightly downwind and across. But, you know, tip of the cap to Devin Casaza. She hit the ball really good, 5 out of 6 in play.
Game. In the YouTube chat, you guys can leave a question or comment. Let's see if we got any questions here.
So
Come on, Goat Mama. She definitely is a goat and an awesome mom.
So
2 little girls back in Sweden.
yeah, Mary Driscoll and Janine Minnick are going to match up in the semifinal here. And then it's going to be Monica Living in the bottom half of the semifinal up against Sandra Karlberg.
Got a great question from Jay-Z. From the players that didn't advance, what do you see that they could do to improve to get into the top 8 next time?
Wow, that's a loaded question, man. I just really today I think it came to launch, and that was something that Jason Zubak 100% said to me yesterday, is focusing on the launch, like 13.5, 14.5, 15. But like I really, if I had to say something to like Greg Null or let me take Zach Holton, there really isn't much they could have done. I mean, it just at the end of the day, all these guys are studs, and they're eerily similar in ball speed and launch. I mean, it really came down to launch today, and then
even
the
for
right
the
to left. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. It's just tightening it up just a little bit. I would say one thing is just really working on that timing, where to pause at the top, how to get a little bit more width. And I think we'll see them in the top 8.
Let's talk about like Josh Koch's last ball that he hit. He hit an absolute rocket. On a roll grid, that's a monster drive, but his launch was at 10, and he just didn't carry it far enough. Like everybody knows, we've been talking for the last 3 days about this being a carry grid up to 352, 353 yards, and if you land it before it, you have no chance. So launch angle was definitely something that they needed to work on. And I know these guys are watching the telecast right now. They're going to make those changes, but the final 8, they're all studs.
We've got Mary Driscoll and Janine here playing. And then next we've got Monica Living and Sandra Karlberg, who that was the matchup last time.
Yep.
And Mesquite.
Yep, so the semifinal matchup was the final matchup.
Mary already waving one off.
Let's take a peek at dead straight here. Mary Driscoll, 161 mile per hour ball speed. And once again, if you're tuning in, Mary Driscoll knows how to hit a golf ball. She's center punching these things. She's not 180 ball speed, but you know what? She's getting everything out of that golf ball, and she's putting it in play, and she is an extremely tough competitor. And look, with just 2 lasers right down the middle. Mary Driscoll with a 165 mile per hour ball here. And Janine's
she has
fast.
so much poise right now, and it's so cool to see Mary. She's definitely grown into this. She used to be really, really quick. Now she's hitting, taking some time, and going back to it.
And like I said, for me, I'm expecting, like, if Janine's going to miss just based off her swing and just being a pure athlete, I mean, she's used to hitting bombs, over the left center field fence. That's essentially what she's doing right now. She's pulling left. She's literally pulling over the shortstop's head, but her face is square at impact, and she's hitting a home run to left center field. So what she has to do when she comes back, to train for the next event is really work on her swing, just not pulling so hard left. So she probably is pulling 5 degrees, tighten it up to maybe 2 degrees left.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit, not much. She's not off by much. And she doesn't have an issue hitting the center of the club face.
Not at all.
Which is good.
Oh, so she gave us a little Martin twirl with a little baseball swing. I love that.
Yeah. So, yeah, if I had to compare her, Janine here is very similar to a Sam Judah.
That one looks like that one's in.
185 feet in the air. This is a cut. Is it too high? That is the question. We have
that cut that
a
she's
good,
had all day.
But you know what? It's downwind, and that's a high. It's a good ball speed here. High launch 20.
Oh, man.
It's going to be close. It's going to be really, really close here with Janine on that last ball. She did hit it really high.
Oh, 314 comes down to the last ball.
She lowered
again.
it 20 feet. That's a bomb. She just hit a little too high.
Oh, Is that one going to stay in?
Too much movement left to right, but yeah,
Wow.
Mary Driscoll just grinding away here.
Janine, what an excellent debut here at Hobe Sound for the World Long Drive event. Welcome to Long Drive.
Yeah, no, that was extremely impressive from her. She's going to be around. I got a feeling she's going to be around for a long time if she wants to be around with those ball speed numbers. Because she's not off by much. Like those aren't necessarily mishits. She's hitting them dead square in the center of the face. Just has to make a couple changes there.
The only thing that she doesn't have is experience.
Yeah,
that's it.
But those were good misses. So when she comes back and watches it, your second and third ball, those were hammered. And, she was a couple swings away from winning the championship. But we're going to see Mary Driscoll in the finals.
We've got Monica Living and Sandra Carberg, another matchup that we saw back in Mesquite.
Yep.
That one was for the win.
We'll say it again. This is a different Sandra Carberg.
This is going to be a fun match. Wow.
I can say you got two of the best in the business currently right now going up against each other.
This ladies division has been
exciting
every single slot.
Yep, and for people that are tuning in that have competed in the amateur division, the open division, the senior division, there's a reason why it's so important to get to the final 8, because anybody can win once you get here. Mary Driscoll putting on a show. She's in the finals. This is straight down win right now. I want to see a 340-yard drive, 335, 340. And Sandra can hit that draw. Like I said, we want to see 15 yards of draw, 10 yards of draw. Monica Living, first ball out of the gates, 184 feet in the air. Sandra Carberg fighting down that left side, big sweeping draw.
We've got Monica Bordowich and Chelsea Odom in the chat, giving some shout-outs to their family out here, because it is definitely a family in the women's division and in the men's division. Shouting out Mary, Sandra, and Devin, Monica, all the ladies.
Sandra taking a bunch of time on that second ball. Like I said, I'd like to see Sandra a little bit more movement, make an adjustment, a little bit more movement, not standing over the golf ball too long. Monica Living with a bullet right down the middle. It looks like 177 mile/hour ball speed, launch at 17, 177 feet in the air. I want to see Sandra set the hands and go. She likes it. She's waving at it, but look at that right to left. How much movement does she have? This is a good ball. But Flight Scope once again saying 295. Monica Living at 322.
322.
Yep, good ball.
And now Monica's putting on a show.
Yep.
She's just going to go at it.
It's a big ball down the left side, and that one stays in carry distance. It said the guesstimate is 328 yards for Monica Living.
Just sneaked outside of out of bounds.
Sandra Carlberg, ball speed jumping up too.
Oh, yeah. We need to see her do just a little bit of her hops that she does beforehand to get that adrenaline up and keep that movement going.
There we go. I like that. She looked in good tempo right there, but once again, just a lot of movement right to left, just trying to tighten up that draw. Monica Living one ball away here from the win, going up against Sandra Carlberg.
Here we go. Sandra here on her final ball. This is to make it into the finals. She's been in this position before.
If you're looking at her feet right now, it looks like she's aiming slightly out right. She's waving at it, 168.9.
Might be a little bit
high launch
too high.
131 feet of movement right to left. It looks like Monica Living's going to take down this set here. Her last ball was 180 mile/hour of ball speed. Good apex too. Good numbers for Monica. So Monica Living's going to take down the set.
In a position that she's been before. Final two, Mary Driscoll and Monica Living.
And this is what I love about Mary Driscoll. Is she's just going to just keep hitting balls and play. And what I really like about Mary Driscoll's ball flight right now is that it is laser straight. It's crunch time. The finals are here. Mary Driscoll's going to match up against Monica Living. Monica ended up winning the 2023 Mesquite Championship. We want to thank GF Sports and Entertainment for this opportunity for acquiring World Long Drive and the Professional Long Drivers Association. They're bringing 11 events to us this year, including the World Championships in Atlanta.
Right down the street from me.
Yep. Who you got?
Oh, man. I don't know. This is going to be a fun watch. Monica with the win in Mesquite last event. Mary Driscoll, she's just a veteran. She's been here. She knows what to do in this position. It's anybody's game.
Yeah, I want to see Mary just hit a ball right in the middle of play. She put up 318 last set. She puts up a 318 right away.
Mary builds.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I love.
She's got
in
so
her
much
game.
confidence.
If she throws one out there, the next one's going to be a little bit further and a little bit further and a little bit further.
And that speaks to her being a veteran of the sport. She doesn't care who's on the tee box with her. She's just going to stick to her game, and she's going to hit a bunch of golf balls in play. And here she is in the finals, matching up against Monica Living. It's the championship round.
That it is. You know, one of the coolest things about this sport is all these ladies are probably going to go have dinner and celebrate.
Absolutely. We're live in Hobe Sound, Florida. World Long Drive Women's Division Championship.
At the Polo Club.
Absolutely.
We might see some horses out there later today.
So we're listening to Seamus break it down for the fans. Anthony Livingston, thank you for hosting this event. Great food, too.
Oh, so good. He gave us a phenomenal breakfast taco.
That was really good. A couple days ago, I was not selfishly wondering where those breakfast tacos were the last couple days because he spoiled us the first day. The stage is set.
And the grid is clear.
I like that Mary's just chatting it up. I mean, that's in her personality, too.
Oh, yeah.
She's nice and relaxed.
Would you say she is like the Bobby Ray for the women's division? Just having fun,
Yeah,
chill,
she's chilling.
talking to everybody on the tee.
I can guarantee out of the 16 hitters that hit today, she has the lowest heart rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
she's also one that would change outfits with somebody else.
Yeah, no, I know. But yeah, it's fun to watch Mary, compete. But she's going up against Monica Living, who is really, really fast and just puts an absolute laser right down the middle.
Right out the gate.
This was a bomb, 181. Spun it just a little bit, 171 feet in the air, but that is a statement.
Goodness, it might be the longest ball of the day.
12-yard draw, boom. That one's going to be a big one, and we felt like 335 is in store, and this one might be 335 yards. Monica Living stepping on the gas with a big number right out of the gates.
331, taking the lead on the longest ball of the day.
Yep.
Mary Driscoll, she's going at it. She just needs to square it up just a little bit.
That one's going to be tough. That was a good ball. That was a rocket. And you know what? I honestly think that Monica Living has more in the tank here.
Oh, without a doubt.
She does. She does. If she hits that thing just a little right of that, I just want to see her with like a 5-yard cut. A 5-yard cut. This one's high in the face.
We might have gotten that little cut here.
High in the face. There's the cut, but not too much spin on that. That one might be falling out of the sky. That one's falling out of the sky.
Mary, just got to aim it a little bit further left. Got that downwind. I mean, I would love to see a 335.
Miss Monica Living with an absolute statement on that first ball.
All right,
but I
Mary
love that
put another one in the grid here.
She's backlegging it a little bit, too.
She is.
Got a little bit of that softball action there. 178. Yeah, Monica's flying. She is flying. She is fast. She is talented. And she's at 331 yards right now.
Wow, with another bomb down the center again.
Alexis has just left, going to get the microphone for the presentation for the champion. Mary Driscoll has got 3 out of 5 balls in play. She's down to her last golf ball. This one looks like it's going to go OB right, so Monica Living still has one more ball, but she is going to be the 2023 Women's Division Hobe Sound champion. She's looking good. Monica Living with another championship. She's 2 for 2 in the 2023 season. Starting off the set with a 331-yard rocket. She even went 313 and 319. Mary Driscoll's going to finish up at 306 if that last ball didn't get into play. Once again, congratulations to Monica Living. She's your champion. Going to be interviewed right now by Alexis Belton.
Monica, you won the last event, the first event of the season in Mesquite. You come here, you win, putting on a show. How does it feel? What are you feeling right now?
Well, it feels good. Yeah, I was definitely dealing with some some time off just to, repair my body, and that was definitely frustrating because I want to go out and pound balls. But sometimes that's what you have to do to get it done. So yeah, I feel great.
So we had a little bit of a wind change from your first set to your second set to this one here, which is straight downwind. Are there any changes that you made going into this final round?
Yeah, so the first set that I had, I was kind of like going off, in between a couple clubs, and obviously I need to hit it higher. So, I made some adjustments there, ended up hitting it higher, so now I'm about at like 9 degrees. So definitely got it higher, and that paid off. So,
how are we celebrating this evening?
Probably taking a nap and drinking some water.
Well, congratulations, our 2023 Hobe Sound champion. Host that thing up one more time.